Ladies and gentlemen, as you saw from the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about the brand new YSL MYSLF L'Absolu Parfum, the brand new 2025 release. Let's see if this one here is worthy of your time and money, and of course, how it stacks up against the other MYSLFs. Stick around, you know how it goes. This one is coming up right now. Welcome back to another video. Max Forti here. I hope you guys are doing great. If you do love to make a great and lasting impression, smelling good is a great way to do it. And of course, we're going to talk about a new fragrance from 2025. This is MYSLF, the third iteration from this collection. You guys know very well if you follow the channel, I'm not a huge fan of this line, although I do think it's pretty good. You know, the main structure here is going to be spices, orange blossom, and patchouli. That's really the main pyramid, if you will, for this particular, lineup. And overall, of course, it's very pleasant, very compelling, easy to wear, compliment pulling kind of a fragrance. People that look to smell great and get compliments gravitate towards this particular collection. It's not my favorite from the YSL, far from it. Although I think it is a decent smelling fragrance. I do enjoy the Parfum from 2023. The Le Parfum from last year was actually better. And this one here, I'm hoping will be an improvement. So let's get cracking. Let me open this up here and give you guys my first thoughts. First things first, presentation are very similar to all the other ones. This one here, instead of all that black matte finish or shiny bottle, they went into a shiny bottle. It's going to be silver, platinum, if you will, in color. As soon as I crack this open, you're going to see the bottle. The packaging itself, again, black and silverish kind of appointments. It says Yves Saint Laurent, L'Absolu. This is a Parfum concentration. This one here, only available, I believe, in 100 ml, which you're going to see here in this video, retailing for $210 USD. Right this time you're watching this video, this is not really readily available in US. You can find this at Macy's, which is where I picked up this one here. It's not a sponsored video. I bought this full price. In fact, I paid $210 plus tax, which came out to $223, almost $230, which is not cheap. And I also saw that this is available at Dillard. So if you have a Dillard's or a Macy's near you, you'll be able to sample this, on the counter of Yves Saint Laurent fragrances. Again, minimalist box, $210 USD, silverish, platinum, more of a platinum kind of a look. It says L'Absolu right here. I believe this is not a magnetic cap. It just clicks into place. It won't fall, so you can actually hold it from the cap. The YSL logo here at the top. There is a batch code here at the bottom of the bottle, which should definitely match your box. Now, moment of truth, we're gonna take this for a spin. We're gonna take it for a test drive so that we can see what we get out of this fragrance. And as always, I'm gonna spray the blotter, but also I'm going to spray my hand. So you guys can see here, it's actually, there's a sheen, it's quite concentrated. This is a Parfum concentration, so well into the 20% concentration. And yeah, the smell, to be quite honest with you, it's very similar to the Parfum 2023 or the Le Parfum 2024. Like I said, the pyramid here is going to be that opening with the spices, the ginger, the spicy notes, cardamom, and then the heart, you're gonna get that orange blossom, which is citrus, creamy, and yet floral. And of course, the base, you're gonna get this ambery, patchouli kind of a vibe. So it's a fruity, floral amber is how I would describe the classification of this fragrance. Very pleasant, very easy to wear. Definitely androgynous. MYSLF here is very fitting. I think a guy or a gal could wear this. This is shared, anybody could wear it, unisex. Anybody could definitely wear this. It's not too masculine or too feminine. It's got just the right amount of spices, florals, and ambery, woody kind of undertones with that patchouli that makes it very easy to wear, universally appealing. It's gonna check all the boxes. Compliment factor, versatility, so on and so forth. You can actually wear this as a signature scent to smell great without having thinking too much. Upscale, dress up, dress down. This is gonna fit all those occasions and settings for sure. If you're looking for a signature scent, look this way. It smells good, it's pleasant. There's nothing you're not gonna like about this. In fact, it has somewhat of like a, not the obnoxious bubblegum sweetness that you get with 1 million, but it has that kind of a sweet, more tamed kind of a feel, but also very likable, very easy to wear, very compliment inducing. It's gonna be in the sweeter side of things, but not as sweet, not as bubblegummy, not as overpowering, overbearing, not as obnoxious, if you will, as 1 million, but in the same kind of wheelhouse, that fruity, floral, ambery. With 1 million to get mint, rose, amber, spices. So it's kind of like the same family, right? The spicy, floral, amber, but this one here, more subdued, easy to wear. I'd say less polarizing, less divisive than 1 million was back in the day, but it smells pretty good. It's gonna check all those boxes. To me, because of those floral orange blossom kind of nuances that it has, it leans a little bit more feminine for my personal taste. I can wear this one here, to be honest with you, between the other two, comparing to the Parfum 2023, which was very, very floral, ambery floral. The 2024 from last year, the Le Parfum, had a timber pepper, opening, which made it spicier and definitely more in line with my kind of preference. This one here, even better. This is a step up. I think they lowered the spiciness, and the floral here is definitely amped up, sort of like the initial Parfum from 23, but I like the spicy amber that this one has. It's actually quite nice. It's warming up pretty nicely on my skin. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna pause the video to allow about 20 to 30 minutes, 25 minutes for this to dry down a little more on my skin. Then I'll come back and let you know if there's any kind of development of it, or if it's more of a linear kind of ascent. For me, it's gonna be a few minutes. For you, it's gonna be a split second. So stick around. Let's talk more about this development and dry down. A few minutes have passed. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on how this actually developed my skin. It's a little drier now. It's been 25, 30 minutes. But before I do that and give you the transition and development / dry down, let me go back into the Eau de Parfum 2023, which to me, that one was the most floral and amber from the bunch. It was a collaboration between 3 perfumers, Massendu, Denis Andrier, and Christophe Renaud. And basically, that original 23 was definitely the most, it had an amber fix ambroxan kind of a base, so it produced a quite good performance, but it was definitely fruity floral heavy, which was not a big fan myself. I know a lot of people loved it, but to me it was a pass for my personal taste. Fast forward to 2024, we had the Le Parfum, which then added that spicier timber pepper up top, which made it spicier, woodier. Definitely more my bag, definitely more my jam. I did enjoy that one. Wore it a few times, liked it, didn't love it. Now fast forward to 2025, we have the L'Absolu. Now this one here still kept that ambery floral aspect of the 2023, did away with the peppery, timber pepper, opening that I loved, which to me it's a shame. I wish they stayed with that ginger pepper, spicy cardamom that they had, but they took away the pepper. The floral note's definitely heavier here. You have the ambery undertone, and the patchouli is actually quite nice. Talking about development, the development is really, really nice. But again, this particular line, to my taste, it is definitely unisex, gender-free, androgynous, leans more feminine for my personal taste. And the spectrum of fragrances that YSL has or designer fragrances have in their counters out there in the world of fragrances, this particular line to me is more feminine for my personal taste. It's not something that I gravitate towards wearing myself. It does smell good. It's gonna get you smelling great. It borrows element from a lot of different things out there. The Y line, there's some sweetness, undertones here that you would find perhaps with Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua, that sweet, ambery, kind of almost watery note. There's a lot more going on here, but for the most part, the main structure of this fragrance is definitely gonna be a sweet, fruity, floral, amber type of a scent with minute spicy nuances from the cardamom. They took away the pepper, which I wish they had amped up the woodiness, perhaps adding like a vetiver note here, a boozy accord, and the peppery note with the ginger had remained. I think this would have been a much better, release. But no, hold your breath, because I think that in the natural order of things, right? This is a l'absolute. This is an absolute eau de parfum concentration, or parfum concentration absolute. The next step for this fragrance is probably going to be the elixir. So hopefully the elixir will be even better. This is definitely in between. I think the Le Parfum is still my favorite because of the peppery note. This is like somewhere in between the Eau de Parfum and the Le Parfum. So it's an okay for me. It's something that I would wear every now and again, but not something that I heavily gravitate towards. But hopefully the elixir coming up, I'm sure next year, will be even better than this one. So those are my initial thoughts. Overall, it's a rather linear scent. There's not much development other than the fact that it dries down to this fruity, ambery, kind of spicy floral situation. The floral notes do go back a bit. The ambery, sweet floral nuances remain, but the orange blossom situation here gets a little bit more tamed as the fragrance develops from the heart into the dry down. It is a nice scent. It's not a great, it's an okay for me. It's not a pass like the Eau de Parfum in 23. But this, like I said, sits in the middle between the 3. So you have to try them on skin, make sure you figure out the one you love the most, and pick up a bottle if you think it warrants a bottle in your collection. But if you want to pick it up, decant, try on skin, make sure you love it before you pick up a full bottle. They are expensive. This one here is going to be over $200 retail. It's not available at your discounters at this point. Of course, as soon as it's available at discounters, I'm going to be sharing with you, but you can actually try a decant at perfume.com of the new YSL MYSLF L'Absolute. Wear on skin, make sure you love it before committing to a full bottle. You can use my code MAX15 or use details below for additional savings from perfume.com. Again, all details listed below to make your life easier. Where I picked up the bottle, the link, if there's discounts associated, where you can pick up the decant to try it on skin, everything and anything fragrance related, I'm going to be sharing with you in the description of the video. I'm your guy. I keep you guys informed. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you did appreciate this first impression / mini review of YSL MYSLF ABSOLU, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more, and hit the bell so you get these videos straight into your feed. And of course, I will catch you guys right here with another video very soon. Take care, smell great, have a great summer. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.